Hi, in the creative industries, some tasks take more time than anticipated. Things don't go to plan to meet deadlines, so overtime is sometimes required. How do you balance meeting deadlines and overtime? Also, the expectations of overtime from an employer.
Yeah, it's a really good question, and a thing that this isn't an exact science, but it comes down to agency culture, and it's basically a relationship of give and take, and it goes back to that sort of that output thing. That ultimately, for me and my team, I need to trust that we're going to get to a great place creatively. That's what matters. And sometimes that takes a long time, and sometimes it takes a short time. But I need to know that my team are in it with me to get to that, whatever it takes, and they need to know that I'm not going to take the piss. And this is how it works with us. If you've had a couple of days or a week where we have been working overtime, then that's take from the employer. There needs to be some give on the other side to go, hey, you know what, or for the team member to be able to say, hey, do you mind if I take Friday off or go home early on Tuesday or whatever? And my answer is always yes, of course you can. And ultimately it should, and with us it does balance out. The thing that's really hard in the creative industry is if you find yourself, particularly as a team leader, if you find yourself in a position where someone's going, well, I clock off at 6. For me, that doesn't really work, because we've got to get to that great output. We're all personally invested in getting to that great output, and so the sort of factory mentality doesn't really work. It may in places which are perhaps less creatively focused, and it is more kind of just churn it out. But for us, we're all in it to do great stuff, and then there's give and take.
Yeah, I like what you said around that. Like there is a responsibility on the employer to give back, right? Like if you've given all of that yourself, for the employer to give back. And I think there are definitely places where that doesn't happen. Maybe not by design, but because there's just always the next thing to work on. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, give and take.
Yeah, exactly.